Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 6, Episodes 8 and 9.
We're going to do both episodes. We're going to give you a quick recap of Episode 8, and then we're going to get into it with Episode 9. But Blair, I have a question.
Yes.
About Episode 9.
Mm-hmm.
Heather, what is your angle? Heather, you look kind of funny in the light to me a little bit. I'm not saying that I'm holding it against you because Heather is still one of my favorite people on the show. Mm-hmm. But she has an angle.
Yeah.
And we need to figure out what it is. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and hype the video. Let's go, Blair.
Yep. So all Heather wanted Lisa to do was admit to the things that she's done. Mm-hmm. Now Heather believes there is damage to the relationship. Lisa is telling Meredith that whatever Heather's doing is not friendship. And also she doesn't feel supported by anybody, but Meredith does support her.
Okay.
And Bronwyn slept on the deck because things are not good with her and Brittany.
Well, that's almost everybody with Brittany, it seemed like.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Brittany is talking to Lisa about Bronwyn being nice to her to get the tea to use against her. Mm-hmm. And Lisa talks about how Bronwyn asked her to meet with the grandparents, and Bronwyn can overhear all of this from the upstairs deck. Mm-hmm. Now, Bronwyn explains what Brittany said about Meredith, and she exposed that, and, they couldn't sleep in the same room.
Okay.
Now, all the ladies are gathering for breakfast. They are going to go snorkeling during the day, then have a zombie night tonight. Brittany is trying to let Bronwyn know that she can sleep in the room, but last time Bronwyn saw Brittany, she was trying to get a crew member to sleep with her.
That is fair. That is fair.
So, Bronwyn was talking about how Lisa brought up her child's grandparents again, and she overheard her and tells her to stop talking about it. Angie brings up how Lisa said that Todd made out with one of her hot friends and was farting the whole time.
Angie, we're happy you're feeling better, okay?
Lisa says it wasn't one of her friends. It came from someone she believed in trust, and she just repeated what she heard. But at this point on, from now on forward, she is not going to bring up Todd, even though they already made this agreement.
and then that's the thing about it. That's the thing about Lisa, is that Lisa, when you throw your hand, or rather when you try to throw a rock and hide your hand by trying to say things, and then you're trying to say, well, it came from someone that I trust. I'm just repeating what I heard, but I'm hearing you say it. Yeah. Dude, you get what I'm saying? And now you want to act all innocent. That's why I'm like, nah, Lisa, even though you're not supposed to shoot the messenger, I'm going to go at the messenger.
Yeah. And that's the thing with Lisa. I don't really think that she can control her mouth. I mean, we seen her in her conversation with her husband. She can barely stop talking for a second to listen to him. Yeah. So why do you think she won't bum rush and, gossip and do all the things that she agrees not to do when it comes to the ladies? She don't care about y'all. She says she's richer than y'all. She's better than y'all. She live a different life than y'all.
Ben Affleck. Pretty much. You're right.
Now, when we get to the Sandbar, Lisa is talking about how she does not feel supported, and Meredith says that she supports her privately and publicly. But Mary calls it bizarre that Meredith doesn't speak up for her if that's really her friend. So Mary tells her that Lisa is telling you how she feels. You're not being a good and supportive friend, and you need to listen to her. Now, Meredith asks her, what do you want me to do, a cartwheel? Mary calls her a bad friend, boring, and you can jump in the ocean for all I care.
Okay, Mary. Listen here. Mary is funny. Meredith do make me laugh a little bit more. Only because Meredith is definitely off a rocker to me. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. I think that, I don't know. I think Meredith is just looking more and more chaotic to me. Like, like when I first met her like, at the beginning of the seasons and stuff with Salt Lake City, I thought she was just a poised, well put together type of lady. But this season, it just seems like something is like off, like more and more and more. And then we get to the part where Bronwyn and Angie are dressing up in these inflatable costumes, and Angie slams her hand in the door pretty bad and starts bleeding. I thought that was terrible.
Angie, next time you gotta stay home, okay? Because you getting hurt, you getting sick. We can't be watching you.
Now we move on to the zombie dinner. Bronwyn told Todd about the farting and the making out. Todd doesn't understand why he is the punchline and why anyone's partner is for that matter. Bronwyn says Todd and Gwen need to be off limits. This is where Lisa apologizes and says she won't bring it up again. But Lisa does say that she talked to Angie and told Angie, but not for Angie to bring it up to the rest of the group. I think Lisa just has a hard time with accountability, that if you shouldn't be saying things, you shouldn't be saying it to anybody.
Facts. Facts. That's what it means to keep it to yourself. Don't say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, Brittany ends up getting nauseous, throwing up. Mm-hmm. Some people think it's because of the drinking, the seasickness, but other people think it's because of what Brittany has decided to place on the table.
Uh-oh.
So apparently there is this TikTok that was going around saying that Meredith's husband was having an indiscretion, something going on with some other lady.
I like that word, indiscretion.
Meredith said that she is in a monogamous mismarriage. Just because your boyfriend breaks up with you whenever he wants to sleep with somebody else, you don't have to put that on me.
Whoa,
she tells her she's jealous and she can't hold a man down.
Okay.
So Meredith throws her knife, her fake knife, and tells Brittany to stay out of her business. And the ladies chase the captain off again. He was supposed to join them for dinner, but all this hooting and hollering, he can't sit down and enjoy a meal with them.
Here's what I think.
Yeah.
I think a hit dog will always holler.
Yeah.
And the way that Meredith been acting almost as if she's been self-medicating without, it's almost she's a drunkard to me. It's almost like she can't control nothing, right? I think we may have found the reason why she may just be off her rock a little bit, if we want to allege. You get what I'm saying? I don't think it's just as simple as, Brittany's jealous of me and things of that nature. Listen here, this is Housewives of Salt Lake City. They bring up people's information.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, Meredith is there whenever other people's information is brought up. But it's different when you're in the fire. And now you're forced to have the show revolve around your storyline and your marriage and how things going. And I think Meredith been trying her best to try to keep things under wraps. But now Brittany, it's so funny, out of all the people, Brittany was the one that basically put her right there in the front with the spotlight on her. And that's why she's acting all crazy now.
And that's the thing I agree with Mary. Like, you're actually trying to play the background and you are being a bit boring this season. So you should really thank Brittany for bringing you into the light and helping you earn your paycheck.
Yeah.
Because you were about to drift off into, I feel like, what did Andy do to Dorinda? Putting you on pause.
Oh, yeah.
Because I couldn't even see her being a friend of the show. I mean, she's not giving. She's not.
Remember in the beginning of the season, I can name everybody except Meredith, because I was like, where is she? I don't even see her on the show.
Yeah.
Now, guess what? I know who Meredith is for sure now.
Yeah. So we move on to episode 9.
Yes.
Captain Jason teaches the ladies how to do some yoga.
Okay.
Meredith is telling Lisa that she finds Brittany disgusting. She's dumb. She thinks she's a Disney princess, but she's the Tin Man because she has no brain.
I think at one point she called her pea brain or something like that. Meredith, so far in this episode, you have said more than you have this whole season. And here's the thing about it. Is Brittany all those things? I think you're going just a little bit too much, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I think there's something there. Because here's the thing about it. Everybody's husband gets accused of cheating on these shows, especially this show.
Yeah.
You're not that special to where, your husband is off limits and things like that. Todd don't want to be put in the limelight, and he's always in the limelight, and he hates it, right? So I just find it very interesting that Meredith just seems like, if y'all dig any more, y'all really gonna know all my business when it comes to my marriage and things like that.
Yeah. So Bronwyn visits Meredith with Brittany's stuffed animal, the one that has Jared's voice in
the unicorn.
And Bronwyn says that she tells Brittany not to start stuff with Meredith, and Meredith is going to respond when people come for her. She also wants to throw that stuffed animal overboard. So they get all dressed up into these inflatable outfits and toss the animal overboard.
Yeah, you thought that was me?
I thought it was mean, but the way they did it was kind of funny to me. So I couldn't be too mad about it. And the animal is kind of dumb, but that's Brittany's property, so they shouldn't be throwing her stuff overboard. But because they were all in inflatables, it was funny. It was just too funny.
I think it's the messenger that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. The fact that Bronwyn is kind of behind it.
Yeah.
I'm like, Bronwyn, you can't stand up to nobody on this show.
Yeah.
You can't stand up to your mama. You can't stand up to your husband. You barely can stand up to the ladies on the show. You over here getting a different flight. And like, for you to basically punch down with everybody, I could get why everybody else is punching down on Brittany, because when it comes to their own life, they can basically defend themselves.
Yeah.
But Bronwyn, you over here talk about who said this about me. You always like some damsel in distress. And now it just kind of seems like you're just jumping on the hate train as well to punch down on Brittany. But we kind of didn't forget about, hey, at the end of the day, once we get done punching down on Brittany, we gonna punch back on you. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, it kind of felt kind of icky to me, but yet funny though.
Mm-hmm. So the ladies all gather for breakfast. Nobody's really trying to talk, so we start talking about Meredith's broken toe.
Of course.
But she says she's strong, she's gonna make it, she can handle hatred as well.
Okay.
Brittany pipes up, but Meredith is like, honestly, Brittany, I'm not even trying to talk to you. My issue isn't with you, pea brain somebody. My issue is with Whitney.
Why the name calling?
Now, while Meredith is talking to Whitney, Brittany just cannot be quiet.
No,
she's chirping and chiming in the background because clearly she's offended.
Mm-hmm.
Her issue is that Whitney is supposed to be her friend, and she co-signed these cheating rumors by encouraging Brittany to bring it up. Mm-hmm. Now, Whitney explains that she was trying to give Brittany a chance to bring it to Meredith because Whitney was going to tell Meredith either way. Mm-hmm. So she kind of wanted Meredith to do wanted Brittany to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Do you believe that?
No. But at the same, because if we're really friends and you hear that, oh, my friend's spouse is potentially doing some indiscretions and things of that nature, I think the way that it was brought up was it caught her off guard, and also it's easy for Whitney to say that now since it's on the table.
Yeah.
For one, no one really even respects Brittany enough to be like, Brittany, we want you to say it first. Mm-hmm. I think if you're really looking out for somebody and you don't want somebody to be blindsided, I think it's fair for Meredith to expect Whitney to be a better friend in that moment. However, if we go back to 2 episodes ago to where Meredith, Whitney, and I think Heather or Bronwyn or basically someone was in the room and they was trying to get Meredith to basically alley-oop, bringing up the whole Lisa thing.
Whitney and Heather.
Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. Meredith kind of did left them out to dry.
Yes, she did.
Even though I feel like Heather was trying to produce the scene. Mm-hmm. Meredith didn't do her part of basically being a friend to Whitney in that moment, of basically bringing up the indiscretions about Lisa that they had privately. So it comes with the show.
Yeah.
Dude, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that, Whitney encouraged Brittany to bring it up because not necessarily just for Meredith to know the truth, but because it's drama for the show.
Yes.
And everybody knows Meredith is playing the background right now. We need somebody to wake her up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So Brittany says that she meant to say what she said in kindness, and it's a double standard that she can't talk about the husbands, but everybody else can.
Well, okay.
But the thing is that Lisa and Meredith got into an issue because Lisa was talking about Meredith's husband behind her back, the first few seasons. And that really was the downfall to their relationship that they ended up having to mend. So I'm not going to necessarily say that it's double standard, so to speak. But Brittany, I mean, you don't have any positive deposits in the friend group for people to give you a pass or even break even, to be honest.
And you don't even have positive deposits for me as a viewer. You know what I'm saying? You are
I can only feel so bad.
You are too grown to be as boy crazy as you are right now.
And don't care about your kids.
So that's why I'm like, even Brittany can be telling the truth 100% right now. And I'm just like, but your bank account with me is a little low. Yeah. I'm not going to go out on a limb and say, you know what, Brittany is right. You get what I'm saying? The most I will go is they shouldn't have threw her unicorn off the ship. Yeah. That's the most I go.
So she mimicked Meredith, leaning over on her. Meredith does not want Brittany touching her, so she switched seats with Whitney. Okay. Let's see here. Angie and Heather feel like it's hypocritical for Meredith to accept all of Lisa's craziness and her stuff, but to discard Brittany in the process.
Okay.
Yeah. So the ladies are leaving. They thank their crew for the trip, give a nice juicy tip, which they needed to do with all the ruckus and breaking the glasses they was doing, and apologize for their fighting. Now, Daisy was able to retrieve the unicorn for Brittany.
I thought that was funny.
Brittany is trying to figure out who threw her unicorn overboard. Bronwyn says it was supposed to be a joke. Brittany isn't happy about it.
Here's the thing about it.
I honestly feel like we're even here.
I feel like in this moment, no one didn't have to admit anything.
Yeah.
Just watch the show. Dude, you get what I'm saying? like at the end of the day, we all been yelling. We all been drinking. At this moment, for one, I'm going to take a little money back because you know how Heather gave them an envelope full of money and stuff. Yeah. I'm going to take, what is her name, Daisy?
Yeah.
I'm going to take a little bit of her cut out because no one told her to retrieve the unicorn. You get what I'm saying? And in that moment, I feel like Brittany, you chose the perfect moment to do a woe is me.
Yeah.
I don't think it was that bad to where you had to walk off with the sad music, holding a unicorn and things of that nature. Look, for the whole trip, at least the first half of it, the minute that you said your man's name, they was dumping water on you. So it was almost expected that they did not want to see you with that unicorn. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying?
So everyone is saying that Meredith was out of her mind at the airport.
Yes.
Because of course Brittany brought up Seth cheating.
Mm-hmm.
She was reliving that moment, going off, shaking Brittany's chair, ended up spilling wine on Brittany. But Meredith, her story is that she just vented to Lisa about Brittany. Brittany was sitting in front of her. Brittany happened to hear what she was saying, but she didn't speak to Brittany or touch her. However, at the end of the flight, Brittany was in tears, and Meredith said that it wasn't that deep because she would have been arrested by an air marshal if it really got that crazy.
What do you believe?
I believe everyone except Meredith.
Wow.
And the reason I feel this way is because I really think that Meredith, I don't know, something is off about her. Mm-hmm. And I don't necessarily want to say that it could be liquor or, pills or whatever the case may be, because I don't know, what that lady does. Mm-hmm. But I think that, say you catch a flight and you have some drinks before you get on your flight, you have a couple more drinks when you're on your flight, some things could go down that maybe you don't necessarily remember how belligerent or loud it could have been.
Yeah.
And I can see that being a possibility of how things happen, because if everyone is saying it happened one way and Meredith truly believes it to be less severe, then I think that something was inhibiting her ability to see it for how it was. And the other part of me thinks that she's a lawyer and she's gonna lie her way through this thing. But I think that an air marshal probably didn't get involved because she, like she said, she wasn't physically attacking or anything like that. But if you're talking nasty within earshot of somebody for like an hour flight, that's enough.
Hours.
Yeah, hours flight. That's a lot. That's a lot.
They said everybody who recounts, I 100% agree that, or I 100% believe that Meredith was sitting behind Brittany and she did one of these to her.
Yeah.
For sure, right?
Yeah.
They said that she was so loud and basically so belligerent in first class that everybody in first class can hear her. Mm-hmm. And basically they've been trying to cool her down for over an hour, to the point where Brittany says she put on headphones and she can hear her through the headphones. I do think there is a such thing as privilege. I know air marshals, even though they do exist, they are very patient, because once they get you off the plane and once they ban you from flying the plane, that's it.
Yeah.
So they not over here just throwing that power around like
yanking folks up left and right.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So especially if you're in first class, your older white lady too.
Yeah.
There could be a lot of maybe the people on the plane. Maybe the attendants came and checked, and maybe your friends was basically defending you like, we got her, trying to calm Meredith down. But I think Meredith was out of control.
Yeah.
Right. And I think it's to your point. If you're flying first class, you probably was drinking before, probably just having a good time. And then emotions came up, and then this girl in front of you, and you just keep kicking her chair. You get what I'm saying? I 100% believe everybody, because for one, everyone have no incentive to defend Brittany.
Yeah.
In no way.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I 100% believe what happened of what they said Meredith did. Yep.
So Mary fills Bronwyn in on the chaos that happened because Bronwyn ended up taking a separate flight.
Oh, yeah. She was smart.
Whitney tells Justin what happened and how Lisa was pretty much pouring fuel on the fire the entire time. Lisa is telling John that Meredith lost her mind, but she didn't say nothing.
Now, do you believe that?
No. I mean, Lisa, like, you can barely have a conversation with Lisa without her trying to over talk you. So even if, say, for instance, she wasn't necessarily talking to Brittany, I'm sure that during that conversation, Lisa was not sitting there quiet. I've never seen Lisa do that.
Well, put it like this, at least I know for a fact she wasn't trying to quiet down Meredith either.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, I agree.
Heather ends up meeting up with Britani, and Britani hasn't slept or eaten.
Yeah.
Heather cannot believe how Britani was treated. Lisa was telling Britani she was messed up. Show us the video. And then with Heather, and that's when Heather told her to leave, her alone. Britani was hurt because she considered Lisa a friend. She was part of kicking her seat, egging Meredith on. And Heather thinks that if they don't apologize to Britani, then she doesn't deserve her friendship or Heather's friendship.
Now, there's a small detail about Heather's part while all this was going on. Heather was asleep.
She was woken up by the noise, she said.
She was woken up by the noise. But throughout the whole process, she needed to get an account from somebody else because she did not see it. She did not hear it. So she's basically getting everybody's stories, especially Britney's story, on what happened. So a lot of things, Heather, or a majority of what happened throughout that duration of Meredith going off, Heather did not witness with her own eyes. Keep that in mind.
Okay.
Keep that in mind. Let's keep going.
Whitney and Bronwyn meet up, and Whitney talks about how unhinged Meredith was, as well as Lisa egging things on. And she doesn't know if it was sleeping pills, alcohol, whatever that brought up Meredith kind of getting out of her body this way.
All the above.
So Bronwyn, allegedly, Bronwyn can't believe it was that bad if Meredith wasn't arrested. And then Meredith apparently, brought up Twitter. Someone caught Todd looking. I'm sorry, not Meredith. Bronwyn brought up the fact that someone on the same flight as Todd could see him looking at photos of scantily clad women. And Bronwyn believes this person because they knew the flight he was on, what seat he was on, all that type of stuff. So she actually asked Todd about it, and he said, why don't you ask one of your lady friends, since they seem to like to dabble in all that type of stuff.
Okay.
And Bronwyn told him, this is Bronwyn's take. If you were to tell me ahead of time the situation, what you were looking at, who the girl was, I would be cool with it because she doesn't want to be done with Todd.
Of course.
Of course.
That's why I said, of course.
Exactly. She wants to grow with Todd and whatever iterations of their relationship. Right? Exactly. So apparently she also talks about, Todd was kissing a girl and I picked the girl out for him.
That's what she said that she wants to be able to say.
Oh, was she? Okay.
Because she's saying that she don't want any of these women to basically surprise her with information about her marriage.
Yeah.
And then she gave the example of, well, guess what? We saw Todd kissing another woman, and Bronwyn said she want to be able to say, yeah, I know, and I picked the woman out for him.
Gotcha.
That's what she was trying to say.
Okay. What do you think about that?
I need more details. Number one, the person messaged Bronwyn or however they got in touch with Bronwyn, saying that he was looking at women in lingerie or looking at a woman in lingerie.
Yeah.
Looking on his phone. Was it Instagram? Was it TikTok? Was it Twitter? Was it a text thread? I think you need more evidence. And when I say more evidence, I wonder if y'all watch Married to Medicine. And y'all remember the seasons ago with Dr. Jackie and Curtis and things like that, and there was actual pictures of Curtis in the airport
with that lady,
with a lady, right? I need that more than him messaging and me looking over his shoulder or his chair, seeing what he's doing in his phone, right? And that's probably why Todd probably felt however he felt about it. This is not me saying Todd is innocent now, but Todd probably felt about it like, I don't want to be on the show. I can't even get on the plane to go where I need to go without somebody looking over me, so people know who I am, and they bringing you back information and things of that nature. And what if he is innocent of What if he's innocent of cheating, but not innocent of just being a horny man? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I need evidence of him actually with the mistress than him looking at a woman in lingerie on his phone.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I'm kind of blurring the lines there. I'm kind of splitting hairs there. What is your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm honestly not too concerned about what Todd is doing in the marriage, because Bronwyn's not too concerned about what Todd is doing in the marriage.
No, that's facts.
All she wants is a heads up. So the man could be cheating. He could not be cheating. And I'm not going to think too hard about it. But I will say is that I was a little bit surprised by Bronwyn's reaction, but it was quickly gone away because I'm just like her mama said. I mean, the reason you have your lifestyle is because of your husband, and she's not about to give that up.
Well, we know Bronwyn is a shapeshifter, and I like that you introduced that word to me yesterday, right? Because she is someone who will act like she brought this expensive necklace just to show off to everybody else.
Yeah.
So you can't even believe what she's saying about, you know what? I might be up for, a threesome and stuff like that, because we don't really know who the real Bronwyn is. You know what I'm saying? Because she want to shapeshift for Lisa. She want to shapeshift for her mother. She want to shapeshift for Todd and things like that. I don't believe that I don't believe that she want to be in some type of threesome, foursome, fivesome, tensome with Todd and things like that. I believe she wants to be with Todd and only Todd, and she don't want nobody else to be in it. And the fact that she even used the example of she don't want to give women ammo to use against her is all about the optics of it.
Right.
That's all Bronwyn is caring about, the optics. And Todd is basically saying, you caring about the optics with women, Lisa specifically, of people who don't even care about you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But Todd, I think you're part of people.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's not a help.
Yeah.
Now, Whitney is talking about how she went through the same thing with Justin. Mm-hmm. There have been times where they have not seen eye to eye in their relationship. They talked, discussed arrangements, mm-hmm. and have had arrangements to where they could do what they needed to do as long as they followed the rules.
Yeah.
And Whitney says she's making it clear they're not in an open relationship, but if they make an agreement, they can follow the agreement for the night or whatever the case may
mm-hmm.
be. Now, Bronwyn is open to making some changes in her arrangements in her relationship so that way they can continue to stay together.
Yeah, this is her way of trying to get ahead of it, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe Bronwyn wants to make those changes, but this is her way of just playing it cool for like the camera.
Yeah, and pretty much this scene with Angie, her daughter Elektra is going to be doing a horse show.
Yeah,
and she's pretty much explaining to Elektra why it's important for her to care about her Greek heritage. Mm-hmm. And Elektra is still pretty much young. She is just into her horses, which is stuff that on her father's side that they're into, and it's just not clicking yet. And I think that when it comes to Angie, you can't continue to lecture all the time because it actually makes people not want to listen to you. So it would be great if she could just kind of raise her around it and for her to gravitate towards it. But I do think it's important that she goes to church and that she learns the language because I think that's important for her to know. But other than that, I mean, having these constant conversations, wearing the Greek sweaters and the Greek mugs all the time, if you want to do it, that's fine. But I think Elektra, should have some freedom in her day to day and see what she gravitates towards.
I disagree 100%.
Okay.
Just off the strength of this life that you have is not built off of only your father's side of the family. Facts. And things like that. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? The foundation that you are that you have, rather, you're Greek, right? Yeah. And I understand that it was just a light conversation that turned into a serious conversation, mm-hmm. talking about competing for the Olympics. And if you do compete for the Olympics, you have to represent Greece. And she said, I wouldn't represent Greece.
Right.
I represent America because I'm not from there. And I don't know how many times Angie will allow herself to be slapped in the face by her little daughter, by her little spoiled daughter at that, right? She even said that horse that you ride around on costs the same price as my Porsche.
And she didn't know.
And she said, really?
But she's not supposed to know.
No. You're going to know.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, since you're not Greek and you want to be American, you want to be a little white girl from Utah, guess what? You ain't going to get none of my Greek money.
Okay.
And you ain't going to get pop Greek money either.
You strict.
I am strict. Because at the end of the day, I think it is very important. Like, for example, we just came off of a show doing Love is Blind, right? And there was a guy on there named Patrick, right? And he, in my opinion, has some little shame, some internal shame when it came to who he was and basically saying
being Asian,
yeah, and things like that. Now, granted, that have to do with experience and how he was treated as an Asian. But some could say, hey, guess what? Being black to everybody else may not be the best thing to everybody else, but to me, mm-hmm. y'all lucky I ain't got my beret. A whole dashiki, you get what I'm saying? That I'm not over here holding the fist up the whole time. Mm-hmm. I love where I come from and who I am. And I think the fact that she don't have to love it as much as Angie, to your point, but she's dismissive of it. And that's my problem of it, right? When you're dismissive of where you're from and things of that nature, but yet you want the benefits of everything, that's what I have a problem of. So guess what? I'll take away that horse, mm-hmm. and I take away all her privileges that like she thinks she got on her own white American back and things of that nature. And guess what? We go learn some things about Greece.
Yeah. You
go learn to love being Greek. Okay. You get what I'm saying? Like it just is what it is.
Now Heather meets up with Lisa. Lisa is very late. She's from Lisa's perspective, she was trying to smooth things over with Meredith.
Stop it.
Heather says that Britani doesn't want to be around you, Lisa. And Lisa doesn't understand why, because she didn't do anything to Britani.
Okay.
Lisa explains, all I did was lean over and tell her, just show Meredith the TikTok, because that was what Meredith wanted.
Give her the phone, please. Just give it to her. Yep. Lisa
doesn't appreciate how Heather is trying to lump her into all of this. But Lisa is... so Heather asked her, so like, what do you think was going on when 4 of us had to walk Britani off the plane and she was crying and breaking down? At that point, Lisa was focused on protecting her peace.
Well, okay.
And Lisa says that Meredith leveraged herself to get up and use Britani's chair. She didn't shake it, you know. She spilled the wine on Lisa, not on Britani.
Okay.
So, again, she was just trying to diffuse everything, and she doesn't agree with what Meredith did. Heather witnessed it and cannot believe Lisa is spinning the story this type of way.
Stop right there. You witnessed what, Heather? You were asleep. So what did you witness? What did you see? Because if you saw what you say you saw, you wouldn't have asked what happened.
I guess for me, I think that Heather witnessed enough. She was woken up by noise. She saw things that were happening. And I think even if you don't see the full extent of something, if you see 5 minutes of somebody losing their mind, I can still say you was losing your mind.
No, yes, you could come to that conclusion, but you don't know how you got there.
Okay.
So that's why I'm like, for Heather, the thing that I'm questioning Heather's angle on. This is not the first time. Now this is almost 2 episodes within 3 episodes that I seen Heather basically produce a scene to where she's kind of pointing the light at Lisa. I don't have a problem with it, but the whole thing about, hey, you did this to Bronwyn and things like that, because whenever you have information, you like to expose it, which is true. Whole time Lisa was acting guilty because no one accused her, but Lisa was very keen on defending herself before anything.
Right.
100%. Heather definitely produced that scene to make everybody look at Lisa after Lisa was basically trying to, she told on herself. But this right here is more of, okay, you're talking to Lisa. I understand Lisa's late. I understand y'all supposed to have this kind of relationship, but kind of not really, right? And now you're trying to basically put it on Lisa and trying to make it seem like you were the eyewitness to everything. You only know about things going on because you was awakened. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
But you don't have the same account as Mary. You don't have the same account as Whitney. You don't have the same account as everybody else who saw it there and things like that. As we are going to get to the whole Meredith and Mary whole meetup and things like that, don't get it confused. Even though Heather can look at it and say, Lisa, what you did was wrong or something like that, she don't have the same account as what Mary have.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm like, Heather, what is your angle here? Are you trying to basically big dog Lisa, trying to basically get her on the outs? I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
But it just seems like Heather is very, like, there's some motive behind her movements.
I think her motive is to make the show good, and I'm okay with that.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Now we move on to Meredith and Mary meeting up. And Mary first asked Meredith how she's doing, because if y'all remember, Meredith and Mary are actually pretty good friends.
Yeah.
And Meredith says that she's good, and Mary tells her, well, last time I saw you, you were not in a good place. I've seen you angry before, but this was on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
And Meredith asks her, so what do you think happened? And Mary says, it's not what I think, it's what I saw.
Stop right there. That already lets me know you guilty as hell, Meredith. When you say, what do you think happened? That is a defense question. So Mary can basically build the picture, and only thing Meredith can do is just input and output.
She's gonna lie all your way about that
but
thing.
I like what Mary said. Mary said, oh, it's not what I think. I was there. I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Meredith said that she was upset. She was venting to a friend. Britani had headphones on. She really didn't think Britani could hear her. And, she really didn't say anything to Britani. She didn't touch Britani, nothing. And she only was going on for about 15 minutes, 30 minutes tops.
Okay.
Because she was watching movies and chilling.
Thank you for the 30 minutes, right? Yeah.
Mary tells her it was longer than that. And Meredith tries to explain, well, how could you even see or hear? You were on the other side of the plane. And we see the seating arrangement. And Mary was pretty much sitting
across.
Diagonal.
Yes, exactly.
So from where Mary could see, all she had to do is turn her head and see the commotion and hear what was going on. She really wasn't that far. Mary tells her that she doesn't think that Meredith remembers exactly what happened, how it happened. And Meredith thinks she does. And it's unfortunate that Britney heard what she heard, but Meredith has also said all these things to Britney's face. Okay. Now, Mary thinks that Meredith should apologize for her well-being to be able to move forward, but Meredith is going to take some time to think about it.
This already just confirmed what I already believe.
Yeah.
I think, to your point, maybe there was some influence that caused Meredith not to remember what she did.
Exactly the way it happened.
Exactly.
Right?
But I will say, Mary have no dog in the fight.
Yeah.
Actually, if she did have a dog in the fight, it would be Meredith. So why
she would be on her side?
So why was she not, like, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
So that's why when Mary was kind of given the account, that's why I want you to compare the two conversations between Lisa and Heather, right? Compared to Mary and Meredith. Mary is coming from a place of, I saw what I saw. Are you good? You get what I'm saying? Besides, Heather's coming from a place of, I witnessed it, kind of, right? How dare you?
Yeah.
And if Lisa wasn't the main antagonist, hopefully I said the word right. If she wasn't the main aggressor, why would you try to put any accountability on Lisa in that moment? That's why I'm like, what is Heather's angle with Lisa? But with Mary, I believe it just based off this conversation, because Mary's like, look, man, the way you was acting, she had to been acting a way that was completely out of her body, that was completely rare form, to a place to where I'm now asking, are you okay? Because you were completely out of control.
Yeah, yeah. And hey, I don't think we're ever going to get down to the bottom of it, but I'm going to believe Mary.
Where was the cameras? I guess the camera crew was like, we want another plane too. We flying with Bronwyn, I guess.
Yeah.
Where was the cameras? That would have been very interesting. Because my thing is, if she was as loud as she was and things of that nature, I would think that somebody would pull out their phone and videotape it. At least
Brittany, we know Brittany's the one to pull out the cameras. So.
That's what I'm saying. So
that's all I got.
That's all you have? I need you to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. We see you next time.
Bye.